Welcome back. Not Officers of the Republic, because this isn't Galaxy of Heroes. This is, in fact, Lord of the Rings, Heroes of Middle-earth. HOME is back. The first HOME streamer that existed, and also the person who brought it to its knees, has returned now that global launch is out to help you guys get sorted. Got a couple accounts set up. Obviously, not exactly the most well-received as far as ratings is concerned launch for a game, but from people I've talked to, it's been quite fun. I've been enjoying the heck out of it. Unfortunately, because of some BlueStacks issues, I can't pull the game up until tomorrow. And since this is an episode of APGAINS at night, APGAINS, it's just harder to see me. We can't show you this until the morning time. So I'm going to tell you what characters you should be farming and using day one to make sure that you're getting through all of your campaigns, getting through some adventures, getting some rewards, and putting yourself on a good track. And then tomorrow and the day after and all of the subsequent days after will help you make sure that you're doing the best thing with your roster so you can get the best characters as they come out, which should be exciting, but also making sure that you're not missing out on rewards, because doing stupid stuff early can kind of hinder you. Since we don't have access to the game right now until tomorrow morning, which I guess technically is already right now because it's 3, but nevertheless, we're going to use lordoftherings.gg, a site which, God bless them, are going to make an absolute crap ton of money in the next couple of years if this game pops off, but they're a fantastic resource. So Halbrand used to be, the go-to guy in the beta over a year ago. Obviously, I believe he is pay-to-play now, so I will not be recommending any play-to-play characters. But very, very, very importantly, I would say that you should have kind of 3 early light side characters, 2 early dark side characters, and then we can talk about as you progress into maybe day 2 or 3 or 4 and your account starting to progress. You probably hit, level 17, level 18 in the first couple hours. Over the first 24 hours, you're probably going to hit level 22-ish. So we'll talk about what you can do in that first day, and then tomorrow we'll talk about what we can do after that, and you just have to subscribe. I apologize. You're going to be held hostage for the end of time because all the best guides are going to be here. All right. So obviously, Strider, first character you get, he's a great character. They have him in A tier. I would argue that he is S tier just because he's useful in multiple different places, but also he's going to be the character that you're going to get high stars for free progressively. He's like the Darth Vader of Galaxy of Heroes. He's a character that they progressively give you through achievements and stuff like that, and he's going to be a fantastic free-to-play character, but he's not pay-to-play, so I guess he has to stay in A tier with all of the other poor people. Eothane and Lady Eowyn, pretty obvious. You get them early. Obviously, you're not going to get a ton of shards for them very early, but what you can do is I took these guys all to level 17, gear 4, gear 5? Let me actually open it up on my phone real quick. I took them all to gear 4. This is going to get you through so many light side campaigns. It's going to get you through enough of the guild quests to get the character that you're going to really, really want to be farming, Ironhide and guilds. This guy hits like an absolute tank, but he's harder to unlock because he requires a ton of shards, so it's going to be a real grind. You're probably not going to get this guy. I mean, you should be doing your normal energy refreshes, and then maybe if you have some extra crystals laying around, depending on how fast you level up, you do 1 guild refresh a day or something like that. I did 1 guild refresh. I'm not going to spend any money on this account, by the way, so don't accuse me of that. Just to kind of level up a little bit quicker. But also, I mean, Ironhide is going to be one of your strongest attack damage characters. He's going to kind of beat the fuck out of everything, to be honest. But it's going to require a lot of grinding, so you want to make sure that your Lady Eowyn, your Eothane, your Strider are going to be nice and strong. And as far as dark side is concerned, Ugluk is absolutely fantastic. And then the other one they give you, Mauher. I mean, these are just kind of generic guys. I think he might have maybe been in something, but honestly, I can't remember names of random Urukai and orcs from, movies that I saw mostly when I was a child and stuff like that. I apologize for my lack of orc name, mythology, powers, and other things like that. My lore is definitely not up to snuff when it comes to orc names. But Ugluk and Mauher, they give you very early, and they have great synergy. They do good damage, which allows you to plug them in with the other 3 light side characters to make sure that you're doing, very well in the guild. The guild battles, of course, with the ultimate goal of getting Ironhide unlocked. But then as far as light side or dark side is concerned, they're going to do fantastic. And then later, of course, you're going to want Shagrat when you get them in the shipments. But day 1, you're probably not going to have shipments unlocked. I mean, you might hit level 18, so you might get shipments unlocked. But, this is more of a day 2 thing. you really want to start farming him. So you have 3 dark side characters. They also, oh my god, RIP the Great Goblin, the greatest beta team. Oh my god, I still have nightmares to this day of beta goblins. Day 1 goblins. There was a glitch where I had the Great Goblin literally like 45 minutes after the beta launched, and no one could beat me. I was getting people in the shard complaining like, I can't test because APGAINS is clogging up number 1 because he somehow got the goblins, and then you time out against them. Oh my god, it was literally the worst thing ever. But yeah, so those are going to be a lot of your early game characters. Éomer is going to be the same thing. You're going to get him kind of like Shigarath. You're going to get him in shipments. He's going to be fantastic for kind of rounding out that light side. Again, RIP Halbarad. See, when the Hot D, not Hot D, it was going alongside Hot D, the Lord of the Rings show that just came out on Amazon Prime, and they called him Halbrand or whatever. I really thought that this was this character. I'm like, holy shit, how did they get them in the beta before they even announced the Lord of the Rings show? Totally different person, unfortunately. Very sad. So at that point, you'll notice that you'll have 4 light side characters. You'll progress. I mean, it's kind of, some people will throw in a Hobbit. Some people will throw in, Halbrand. It doesn't really matter as far as your 5th light side character. It's kind of plug and play. It's kind of just whatever you happen to maybe like. Not super definitive there. And as far as dark side is concerned, Ironhide plus Shigarath plus Ugluk plus Malhar plus, oh my god, they give you another one. I don't even know where he is. They give you a third orc. I think it's, the healer Dunhar. So you're gonna have your 5 dark side and then your 4 light side, and then you can either spend money if you're a pussy, or you can throw in the ranger or something like that. If you're gonna spend money, I would recommend probably going with what's his face, with Halbarad. I'm just gonna call him Halbrand because I've been calling him that since even before the Lord of the Rings show came out. You can technically use, is it Frodo that give you a start? You can maybe use Frodo. He's in C tier on this website. I don't know if I agree with that. I think he's maybe D tier. I think all of the hobbits are D tier at best. But in a pinch, I'll get the job done. A lot of times I find myself just running 4-man teams and not even bringing in the 5th person. Because if you have a 5th person, I mean, resources are super limited. If you have a 5th person and they die, you don't get 3 stars, and you can't sim, and that's just an absolute pain in the ass. So if there's a huge discrepancy as far as gear is concerned, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I oftentimes just bring in 3 or 4 guys. I underman it just to make sure I get my 3 stars. At the end of the day, 3 stars is all you really care about. It doesn't matter if you win with 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever it is, as long as you get those 3 stars. So that's going to be your first couple of days. Make sure to subscribe and tune in. We'll probably have a Galaxy of Heroes and HOME video every single day for the rest of time. So if you want to keep up to date, you want to make sure your strategy is the best, because maybe I know things, you should definitely subscribe. All right, as always, I love you, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.